Okay, friends, now we have another game to play. This is a really fun circle time. We have all these different games to play. So we're going to play a matching game, and everyone's going to get an uppercase letter. But you might not get the letter that's at the front of your name, the first letter of your name, and that's okay. You might not get a letter that's in your name at all, and that's okay. Everyone's going to get a letter, but you might not know the letter that you get, and that's okay too. So everyone's going to get an uppercase letter. And then we're going to play a matching game because I'm going to hold up lowercase letters. And if the letter that you get is a match for my lowercase letter, then you're going to raise your hand and say, I have an A, or whatever letter that you have. So we're going to play this, and everyone's going to get an uppercase letter. So I'm going to pass some over here, and whatever letter you get is the letter that you get. We're not going to do trading. Everyone's just going to get one letter. So if I hold up the lowercase letter that matches your uppercase letter, you're going to raise your hand and say, I have that letter. Some of our friends will get a match today, and some of our friends will get a match at the next day of Jumpstart. Okay, raise your hand if you have this letter. Does anybody have this letter?
I have that letter.
Oh, Samantha, you do have this letter. Do you know what it's called?
It's the letter Y.
It is the letter Y, and I have a Y at the end of my name. So you have an uppercase Y, and I have a lowercase y. Okay, thank you. Does anybody have this letter? No, it doesn't look like anybody has this letter. This is the letter W.
I have an M.
You have an
It's
M?
upside down W.
It does kind of look like an upside down W. Can you flip it over, Mercedes? What do you think? Do you think they look more like a match or no?
Yeah.
You think so? So now you think so? Then you could raise your hand because you have an uppercase W and I have a lowercase W. But you're right. If I did this,
Yeah, then it looks like an M.
it does. Sometimes when they're upside down, it's kind of confusing. Okay, let's see. How about this letter? Does anybody have a match for this letter?
Oh, I do. I do.
Yeah, you do. This is the letter A.
Yeah, letter A.
That's right. It's the first letter in the alphabet. You have an uppercase A and I have a lowercase a. Okay, we have time for just one more. Does anybody have a match for this letter? Oh, Francine, you have a match for this letter. This is the letter X.
Yeah.
It's in the words like X-ray. This is the letter X. You have an uppercase X and I have a lowercase x. Okay, friends, thanks for playing. So we're going to talk about a couple of things to do with the setup of this game. So the session plan says that only some kids are supposed to get a letter if you read the session plan, and we decided that that would create a lot of problems because kids would be mad if somebody sitting next to you gets a letter. So the idea is that you pass out as many letters as children that you have. If you only have 15 children, then you can only pass pass out 15. That's fine. So everybody gets a letter. I think you can handle the passing out of the letters in a lot of different ways, right? The team leader could pass them out. You could have core members have a couple letters with them. They pass them out to the kids that are closest to them. It doesn't have to be how we did it. I just feel like it kind of depends on what you think would work best. Does anybody have any thoughts about how you think you might do it in your classroom?
I probably have my core members do it.
Yeah.
Because they're
So they're kind of spread amongst the children?
Our circle time is this huge, long carpet.
Yeah,
Okay.
and it's too hard to maneuver around the kids.
Okay, cool. So you would the core members would go to session or something, or in their pocket, or you give it to them at the end of reading or something.
Yeah.
A couple letters. Okay, that's fine. You could do it however you think would work best. I definitely think you should say that some of our friends will get a match today at Jumpstart, and some of our friends will get a match our other day of Jumpstart. Heather and I also feel like there's a lot of opportunities for core members to support children in this because some of the kids aren't going to know what letters they have, and so I think core members can kind of be hey, do you have a letter Y, or hey, what letter do you have, or help the child hold up their hand, that kind of stuff. It says in the session plan that you're not supposed to ask directly all the time, what letter do you have, what letter is this? Sometimes you can ask the children, oh, what letter is this? Ask a child directly. Or you could just ask the whole class, what letter is this? You can also identify the letter. This is the letter Y. I feel like you guys know your classrooms, and if you feel a lot of the children can identify the letters, then you can kind of ask them. But if you feel you have a lot of kids where this would be really hard for, you can just, you can identify the letter for them.
Mm-hmm.
Or there's certain kids that you think could do it, you could ask them. Certain kids that you think it's really hard for, you can identify it for them. Any other questions about this activity? Okay, thank you.